everybody, and welcome to Nailed Him. And who are you?
I am Tuxedo Mask, the rose that slashes evil. Look into your heart, Nailed Him, and find the nail artist within. It is your destiny.
Well, everybody, welcome to Nailed Him. I hope that wasn't too hard of a start for you.
I mean, if they're watching Sailor Moon Nails, they're Sailor Moon fans.
They better be ready.
So
They better be ready.
They need to be ready for some cheesy Tuxedo Mask lines.
Yep, I agree. I totally agree.
What is he, like the most manly, best-looking guy in anime?
He's pretty
But some of his one-liners...
His tuxedo mask is pretty wonderful.
He's got some rough one-liners.
Well, you know, everybody does. Everybody does in their life. But he's done more good than bad liners, all right?
Debatable. But I still love him, and I still love Sailor Moon.
I do too. Sailor Moon is the cutest. And I'm really excited to be showing these to you guys. These are some of my favorite nails I think I've ever done. They were so fun. And I did all the bases off camera. So like I built these with acrylic. And then I went in and we filmed just the art portion. So if you guys would like, another video would be wonderful to show you is how I build acrylic. I mostly have moved over to hard gel, but everybody has a preference and it's an art and all that jazz. So
I'm deeply offended that you said these are some of the best and your most favorite nails that you've ever done.
Well, they are.
Because as everyone can tell by the inexperienced hand model, those are not my hands.
Whose hands are they then?
I don't know. Somebody's.
Oh.
But not mine. By the lack of skill and raw talent, I could tell they're definitely not mine. So you betrayed me.
I don't know. They're a pretty good nail model, if I do say so myself.
Average.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, I've trained you in the art of nail art, so you're making up for their instability.
I don't know if you train me so much, but you're a good hand model. We'll give you that.
Also, if you're the hand models in this video, no offense intended. Whoa, tongue twister. I got distracted.
I will not attend to your offenses.
I got distracted. I thought I saw Sailor Man out the window, and I got distracted.
Oh, that's distracting. I totally understand.
I saw all the Sailor Scouts. So.
Well, I'm going to tell them about some useful information, as you are maybe not so much. And this is the background. Wow, I just got the stink eye, you guys.
I'm going to give them useful information after this tidbit.
Uh-huh. I always, when I do characters, I like to lay down a base of the face and like the neck and shoulders or like the bust. If you think of like a ceramic or porcelain like built bust or a sculpture of a person, they have like their shoulders up. That's what I like.
Fully
like
support
too.
The bust.
So I had to clarify. I like to paint it that way first with like a white, even if the character is like dark toned or like I don't know, like purple, dark blue, or just like a darker brown color of skin. Like I like to have that white base on because then it gives it a good clean like pop of color, whatever color I decide to put on top of it. So
and my little tidbit is when you put your hand in there to be hand model, what you do is you just hold it very still and make sure it stays right in the camera. And you can never go wrong. Your hand will always look beautiful.
Good tip.
And the nail art is going to go up to the next level.
So another tip from me, whenever I do eyes like this, especially anime eyes or just really any eyes, because I can't think of many eyes that are not round. So any eyes that are round, I like to take my small brush, as you can kind of see, I like almost poke down or bounce down, and that's how I create the circles, because with the product on the brush, it naturally comes to like a round half circle sort of a thing if you just kind of bounce it or push it. So that's how I create like nice round edges, and that goes for anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be eyes, of course. It can just be anything round.
It's looking good. The nail art's looking amazing, almost as good as the original animation in the show.
Oh my gosh, that is so much. You have given me, my family is honored for my name.
You're welcome, Famula.
Thanks.
I don't know if you guys can tell,
but
we're all uber nerds. We love our anime, and I grew up with sisters, and they were all watching Sailor Moon. And then the her in Nailed Him, even though her's not in it, she recently got introduced to Sailor Moon and fell in love. She probably likes it more than I do now.
Yeah, I started watching Sailor Moon with his family, and I really love it so much. It's so cute, and it's just everything like I feel like I wish I had when I was little. But I did watch those ones. I mean, they're a similar vibe. They're obviously not Japanese, but those what were those spy girls called? They were like the three spies or something like that. And there's like one with a red jumpsuit and one with a yellow jumpsuit, and it was like my favorite thing ever. And they were just fighting
Charlie's
crime.
Angels?
No, it wasn't. Totally Spies. That's what it's called.
Don't
I hope I
even,
didn't blow
don't even
everybody's
compare that to
eardrums.
Sailor Moon. How dare you?
No, I'm saying this would have been just up my alley because those are the sorts of things that I was watching.
No, nothing beats
Okay.
the Sailor Scouts. And my alter ego, Tuxedo
Oh my
Mask.
goodness. Okay, so another tip from me is I was doing the outlines of her nose and her mouth, and you can see that they're like a lighter gray than I want the outline of her face to be or like her pupils to be. So what I like to do typically, and this is what I did in that scenario, is first of all less pressure, of course, because you want less color coming down. You just want like a light color, and you could use a black that is more or less opaque, something that's more see-through, because there are gel polishes or art gel that's more that way, or like those glass gel colors. Or what I just did, so I just have one black that's just my pigmented nail art black. What I do to kind of thin it out for those areas is just, I mean, I barely have like any product on my brush, and I have a little palette, and I'll dab off on the palette until I get to a color of gray I like, and then I can kind of practice the pressure that I want to do on the nail too, on that little tile that I have too. So then I'm only putting on a little bit of product, and then it comes off more gray or like a light shadow kind of a color rather than like a black. So
Question for you Sailor Moon fans out there. Those who have watched the newer episodes and then the OG classics, which ones are your favorite, or can you not choose? Let us know in the comments below.
your family that I've been watching Sailor Moon with says she likes the OG, I believe.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna have to follow up on this.
Do
Oh,
it.
also let us know who your favorite character is, whether it be a Sailor Scout or one of the villains or one of the cats,
So
or my favorite Tuxedo Mask.
so far my favorite is Sailor Moon.
Oh, real.
But I haven't, okay,
Shocker.
I haven't seen the Black Lady in the episodes yet, but I've come into contact with her on the internets and other things, and I like her too. She's cool. And I believe
Nice.
she's Sailor Moon's, like, something. She's like her parallel something.
Just don't say spoilers.
remember.
Don't say spoilers. Just in case we have anyone who just saw the beautiful thumbnail and decided to come
Well,
here.
I don't know what it is either. I don't know what happens. Obviously, I haven't seen it. But the internet has a way of spoiling things, you know?
Tread carefully.
Okay. Okay, I will. So these little guys, they're just little highlights in her eyes. And sometimes in anime or in like more cartoony kinds of eyes, they have not only one highlight, but like a couple. It makes the eyes seem a little more watery and like maybe more like cutesy or more emotion filled, you know what I mean? So, and that I'm just going over some of those areas that I previously kind of sketched out with that gray technique that I was telling you guys about, and darken them because I did want some of those parts a little darker.
It's looking good. It's very interesting to see some acrylic nails getting done where you actually have room to have more detail in your portraits rather than my tiny nails.
It's definitely an interesting, fun subject to talk about because I love long nails and I think they're so fun. But I also have lots of clients, and I do have my nail team, and we have to have short nails for some people. So it's like a fun challenge for me to try to fit something in smaller. It's kind of like I've talked to tattoo artists about it. They like there's certain details that if you go a certain amount of small, you just can't capture certain details anymore because it's too small. So it's kind of the same thing on nails, but it's fun to push the boundaries and like just see how many freaking teeny little things I could fit on a little nail.
My nails are small, guys, not my fingers. I got manly hands. Just so you guys know. And I'm not insecure about it.
Oh my goodness.
All the
I
time.
just love her little bow. Look how cute her little bow is.
Yeah, I know the nail artist who did that one.
Oh,
who
do you?
drew that bow on.
Yeah, tell me about her.
She's really good. She does
Yeah.
some crazy nails. You
Yeah,
should look her
yeah.
up on Instagram.
Oh, okay. What is it?
At Nailed Him,
Oh, okay.
and she posts a lot more nails on Nailed Him than she
Does
does on
she?
YouTube. She needs to step up her YouTube game. She probably should hire a new editor
Probably.
because that guy gets nothing done.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No clue
Whole
who he
sentiment.
is. No.
Me neither. No idea. No idea whatsoever. Maybe I should hire Sailor Moon's editor.
Like you could afford.
I'm rich
That
enough.
person.
I'm rich enough, let me tell you. You don't even know. Who's the richest person in Sailor Moon?
I have no idea. I don't think they
I'm
put
like
very
them.
much importance on monetary
I'm
value.
like them.
They're
No, there
more
has
like
to be
fighting
like
the bad guys.
maybe there's even like there's got to be some person in there, some character that's like super attached to money, has like mansions or something. Maybe it's an evil guy. I feel like I could envision that being an evil character, but that's me.
Well, you hardcore fans, let us know below.
Yes, there has to be. I love how like kawaii, how much he embodies the kawaii. What would you say? Picture the kawaii like sentiment. She's super adorable, and I love all of her. Are they? I don't even know. Oh wow, this is. I feel like very ashamed of myself that I don't know more. But are they her friends, or are they like her sisters? That's like a Sailor Venus and Sailor Mars, and all of them.
Watch the show.
I
Heck?
haven't all the way. I have watched a couple episodes.
You've only seen a couple episodes?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Guys, pretend you didn't say that. Babe, how many episodes you seen? All of them?
All of them.
Wow, nice.
No, I can't say that. I'm not a liar.
Alright.
I want to watch
No
them.
wonder Sailor Moon's your favorite.
She's so cute. Well, because that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, well, I haven't really met many of them.
So you're telling me, because we have another nail on this that isn't introduced in the beginning of the series. You did a character from Sailor Moon that you have no clue who they are.
Yeah.
And you guys will be seeing that soon because that video is sick. So I'm going to edit that one and put that one up
I
as
hope
well.
I do it justice, because now I'm just feeling really lowly.
Don't feel lowly. You did a very good job.
Well, I like anime, so I do, I think, at least understand the concept of the art. Although I may not have all of the fandom down yet. I'm gonna, gosh darn it. I love her little buns that have like long ponies coming out of them. They're the freaking cutest thing. Oh, I love it. So I can't remember if I do this right now. I think I'm just giving her texture with the same kind of color or fixing things up. But something that you can do if you have a little tile or a palette like I do to give hair some texture is, so say I was doing it for her hair, I would take that yellow that I was using and make 3 little puddles kind of separate from each other. And I would make one that was just that color, and then I would mix one with maybe like a little white, and then maybe one with a little black or brown. Maybe for her, since her hair is so light, maybe just brown so I wouldn't darken it too much. And that way I have her normal hair color that I can touch things up with or fix things or add things. Then I have the black that I can go through and kind of add shadows and adjust pressure, kind of like I'm doing right there. And then I have the white also, and then I can go through and like add highlights with that. So, but then they're all themed with the same yellow undertone that is in the hair, so it looks a little bit more natural. It looks a little bit more like it flows and it looks pretty together.
I just love how you could keep that anime look as well on these tiny nails. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, obviously my favorite character, as I said earlier, is Tuxedo Mask. But I have to give you my favorite Sailor Scout. And that's Sailor Mercury.
Sailor Scouts. Okay, that's what they are. Okay.
Yeah, and that's Sailor Mercury. And she was an audience favorite in Japan. Mm-hmm. So pretty much I'm just like the people the show was made for.
So pretty much you're
Same favorite.
Japanese, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty much Japanese.
Pretty much Japanese. Man, I wish I was pretty much Japanese.
You're not,
I love
You're
Japan.
kawaii enough. You are kawaii enough.
That's true. That's very true. I am very kawaii. I love Japan, and I love everything Japanese, basically. So these are kind of what I was telling you with like doing little lines and details for textures with less pressure and less color on my brush. So if you look at it now, it just kind of looks like little gray scratchies. And you can always go, this is what I like to go in with, like midtones, like those grays when I'm doing details, because you can always darken them if you want to enhance certain little pieces. But this is kind of why I like the technique of jumping around a canvas on a nail and doing over here and over here, because then I can kind of revisit that gray and be like, oh, I do want to darken it up right here, or like, this little gray line, actually, I don't really like that one, and then I can go back in with the same color of the hair and fix it so it disappears. Because sometimes if you go in with just black, then and you cure it, you're like, okay, well, can't really do too much to erase this. So
now that I know you've only seen a few episodes, you're gonna die when you see Sailor Chibi Chibi. I think that's how you say it. I don't know, but that is the cutest character.